Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Welcome to your 8-card draw. What do I need shadow read for this new full moon in Aquarius to our new moon in Virgo, August 2022. I am your reader, Angelo, Lyons, Mal for short, Virgo, 4 planets, second house, professional witch, professional intuitive, president of Drawing the Circle Productions since 1998. It's 24 years in service, pretty good for a Virgo sun sign. Author of Words of Grace from a Professional Witch, available on Kindle. There's a link in the description box. You can preview it for free. And I am a creator on Patreon, patreon.com/drawingthecircle. I am really enjoying my time over there, giving my Virgo sun a place to serve, building a lovely community. Right now we have the subscription tiers. So levels, humans, heroes, angels, witches, immortals, gods, goddesses. We'll be adding mystics soon enough, probably in August or September. And I stream there pretty much every morning, cup of coffee in my bathrobe. I'm usually with these cords, my blessing cords, talking about the day's astrological weather, the spiritual practices and magical implications therein. I'm really loving it, building such a sweet community over there. Every day the circle gets a little bit larger. So if you want more magic, more miracles, more mysticism, more Mal, there we go, they're my initials, then come Patreon on Patreon, because I'm the Archangel of Lyons, Angelo Lyons, but you can just call me Mal. Hey, my Virgs. If you're new to the channel, 8-card draw. It used to be a 7-card draw, but I got a new deck. DECK, just because of the New York accent. To get you clues, tips, and hints about a specific astrological timeline, therefore not a timeless read, a timed read, and you can certainly look back at the playlist for the 7-card draw shadow reads and the 5-card draw new moon reads. So I do the waxing and the waning here. So let's look at that timeline, shall we? As I said, the full moon in Aquarius, Thursday, August 11th, 9:36 p.m., which is lovely when the moon rides at her peak. Then ye heart's desire seek, and doing it on a Thursday, a day of Jupiter, a day of expansion, abundance, spirituality. It's pretty cool. Joy, as a matter of fact. But then we're going into the waning phase, the releasing, the alchemy, the letting go, the surrendering, the shadow work. And that's why I use the symbolic language of alchemy. Lead has 3 more atoms than gold on the periodic table. So to wane, to release, to forgive, to transform, to let go, to alchemize that lead into gold is really the gig. And our last card down, we'll be taking a look at what that hidden blessing is, the lead within the gold. I didn't say, to our new moon in Virgo. How could I forget that? New moon in Virgo, Saturday of August 27th, 4:17 a.m. So we get to wake up in that. And I'm going to say, Virgos, it's on a Saturday. So Virgo, an earth sign on Saturday, a day of Saturn, an earth planet, to quite possibly very manifest something in the physical world, right? To plant a seed. So we're weeding the garden for 2 weeks. That's what these readings are for. So it's a general read. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Check your other signs to get more information about the timeline we're about to look at. Or maybe you got 4 different timelines, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, with 4 different aspects of your life to clear, heal, release, forgive, all that waning moon stuff. And remember, as you shift one, they all shift. So may these be truly a blessing, truly hopeful, truly in service for the well-being of all. So both feet on the floor. If you can, focus on your breath, if you will. I will do the best that I can, and I'm ready for it to get, particularly my Virgos, the guidance, grace, love, wisdom, and power that I incarnated into this life to be a messenger of. Please take a nice deep breath. I love that shift from explanation to divination. Still point. I'm ready. Using the Caroline Mace archetype deck, I call to the collective pantheon of the divine, the angels, archangels, goddesses, gods, ascended masters, and the higher selves of all involved, 5th dimension and above. You are on the wrong stack of cards, I just realized. 8th chakra, And above, yeah, I'm a Virgo. Please, one card in clarity using the Caroline Myss archetype deck. What is the dominant 8th chakra archetype? Hovering in their 8th chakra over their heads. The satellite beaming down the archetypal lessons. Quite like a satellite beaming down into the crown chakra and below, changing the electromagnetic fields of the chakras, what we attract, what we repel, so that we develop this soul power indicated for this full to our new August 2022. The Seeker, wisdom family archetype, 9 different families. The Seeker, and this can be very Virgo. We do like the details, and I just think it's funny. He's walking on sand, the Seeker, as depicted in this card, and Virgo is sand is a good mutable earth, right? A changing, shifting earth. The shadow attribute, that's written here, indicates the shadow work, right? What you don't want to look at, or if you do know about it, you don't want to deal with it, or you don't certainly want anybody else to know about it. The light attribute is what you are shooting for. So here is the lead and the gold, and remember, the last card down, the Blessed Be deck, will give a little more illumination on that. The hidden blessing, if you just take the journey and do your best. The shadow attribute, inability to commit to a path once found. I mean, we all do that, right? You can have an archetype, a reason, a season, or a lifetime. A reason can be an hour, a season can be 10 years, a lifetime, obviously, from womb to tomb. The Seeker kind of comes and goes with me in terms of seasons. Like right now, I am seeking a new home. A little bit different, but we're doing it wisely, right? And once I find the right place, I will commit. Moving upstate from Long Island to the Saratoga County area. So the light attribute, this is really key for me as a Virgo, thirst for wisdom and truth wherever they are. It's very third eye. It's very Virgo in the sense that the sacred truth of the third eye, according to Caroline Myss, MYSS, she's a PhD, these are her decks. This is her deck I'm dealing with. In the book Anatomy of the Spirit, the sacred truth of the third eye is seek only truth. Well, what could be wiser for Virgo? And look, we can get down into the nitty-gritty details of it too, right? Make sure that the books ain't been cooked, so to speak, in any way, shape, or form. All right, I like it. I like it a lot. I'm just keeping my eyes on my cats today. They're a little rambunctious. It's really hot outside, so I got the windows closed, and I can't have the air conditioning on because literally the vent's right over my head, so it's like screaming over it. That's not going to happen. So if I seem a little hyper-vigilant, it's because I'm a Virgo cat mom. All right, Daughters of the Moon Tarot, the feminine energy, next 4 chakras down, the crown, the third eye, the throat, the heart, spiritual, mental, willpower, and emotional power. This is where the shadow work is initiated, because bottom line, third chakra, you have to choose to do the shadow work or not. Do you want to delay what cannot be prevented? And my guides keep saying, look, you don't have to do this right now. But it can be delayed but not prevented. Do you want to do it today, tomorrow, next week, next year, 10 years from now, 10 lives from now, or you can do it now. And that is free will. Yeah? Let's see what hits the table. Please take a nice deep breath. Oh, sorry. Yeah, right? Virgo, lower back, second chakra, intestine area. Breathe. Still point. As I call upon my goddesses of earth, the sign of Virgo, powers of the north, please. Daughters of the Moon Tarot, heart, third eye, crown, the feminine energy, the yin dynamic, the interior world, which Virgos don't always share with people. Right? We'd be very private about what goes behind castle walls with the drawbridge drawn, so to speak, but with the Seeker archetype, what's going on? Heart, third eye, crown, they need to be aware of. We need to be aware of. Full to our new, the Ace of Pentacles. There is a nugget of wisdom that we have acquired here. When it's earth on the inner, obviously. Yeah, it could be something physical on the inside, but usually not. That's lower 3 chakras. We'll get to that next. This is Nuqua. Nuqua? Yeah, Nuqua. And she is really standing there very much in a very stable pose, as above, so below, with this potential. Now, this could be a form of intuition, heart, third eye, crown. That's very visceral, right? Very much you feel it, but, well, you know, right? Like that kind of thing. Or, did I just give you a spectrum there? I think I did, like from shock to, like scary shock to really fun shock. But there is a nugget of wisdom there, a potentiality that needs to be developed. It's just an ace, it's not the 10, but there is a journey and a new beginning. So maybe there is a new seeking as a result of a potentiality on the inner that you want to make happen on the outer. A new beginning in some way, shape, or form physically, but eventually making it down to the physical world. So let's look at that physical world. Mythic Tarot is the masculine energy, the external stuff, either looking at you from the outside in, maybe you looking from the inside out at a person, place, or thing. Lower 3 chakras are about relationships in the world, and this type of spread, I guess you would call it a card draw. Root chakra is your groups, your tribes, your circles of people, your relationship to the country you live in, right? Very earth chakra. Your favorite band, Mets or Yankees fan, those are tribes. And they war, right? They really do when 2 tribes go to war. Second chakra, one-on-one relationship to another person or thing, money, sex, and power. Can be any form of relationship, not just romantic, sexual, by the way. And solar plexus, your relationship to yourself, which I gotta say is very Virgo. Boundaries, self-esteem. We can analyze the fuck out of anything, right? Our own gut intuition, our honor code, what we will, what we won't, what we do, what we don't, what we won't stand for, what we won't sit down for, and what we will stand for. Yeah? Let's see what hits the table. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. As I call upon my gods of earth, the sign of Virgo, powers of the north, please one card in clarity for the Virgo collective sun, moon, rising, Venus signs, and yeah, cross watchers are welcome here, but you know, they do the healing they see here. They're helping the Virgo collective heal if I understand how that works. So please, one card in clarity, lower 3 chakra, inside out, outside in, giving them the clue, the tip, the hint they need with that alchemy of the seeker in the 8th, Ace of Pentacles on the inner. What do you got on the outer? This full to our new. Love it. The sun, Apollo in the Mythic Tarot. So when it's a major arcana card, like this could really be heart, throat, third eye, or crown. When it's major arcana, it's all of them in that particular level of power. So lower 3 chakras, literal level of power, you got the sun, you got Apollo, it's all 3 of them at once, but certainly I would think solar plexus with the card of the sun would perhaps highlight, keep with that train of symbolic language, your solar plexus. So maybe this is really about you being, in a sense, clear, happy, healing. The sun reveals the truth. The moon can conceal it, right? So considering there are only 2 tarot cards in this 8-card draw, you are looking at clarity. You are feeling the potential, but be really willing. You know, it's that thirst, right? Thirst is very 3rd chakra. A thirst for knowledge and for knowledge, for wisdom and truth wherever they are, and wisdom only comes from experience. So that's why the seeker is on a journey. There's a difference between. Oh, this is from Marianne Williamson. There's a difference between a seeker and a pilgrim. A seeker, which there's a different archetype there, certainly, a different archetypal family, but I get what she means. A seeker is just seeking. A pilgrim knows where they're going and where they're headed, not necessarily how they're going to get there. Yeah. It ain't all about Thanksgiving, folks. Pilgrim is a really ancient word. So I like that. Nuqua on the inner, Ace of Pentacles, Sun on the outer. Happy. I mean, the Sun card, by tradition in tarot, lightens every other influence in the deck, particularly, I would think, in the outer world. But let's see. We're going to get you what? A Matt Kahn healing mantra deck to help with the chakric alignment. Oh, here comes the garbage truck. I will be right back because this gets loud. It's literally like watching Autobot self-flagellation right in my eye line as I'm doing these videos. And I thought they'd come already. I guess they didn't. Which is why I'm moving. Not the only reason, obviously, but yeah, no. I'm like an acre of land. We're in a soundproof booth to do these readings. And anyway, shall we? The Matt Kahn Healing Mantra deck. And like I said, cross-watchers, do the mantra, you do the healing through unity consciousness, the quantum web, whatever you want to call it, the unified field. You are helping not just yourself heal, and not just the Virgo collective heal, all of humanity. So let's see what hits the table. Please take a nice deep breath. We'll go General Assembly, because Seeker could be about anything. Still point. There you are. It took me a second to find the frequency as I called upon the Ascended Masters of the General Assembly. My beloved ones, please, one card in clarity. The perfect healing mantra. We'll read it from the bookie book. For the Virgo collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs watching this video and receiving this reading, make it clear, make it specific, make it very Virgo. A little mental clue, tip, hint to help us heal and alchemize this Seeker archetype. Ace of Pentacles on the inner is lovely. The Sun on the outer is kind of lovelier. It's like the Sun on the outer, like blessing the seed on the inner, so to speak. Seed can't really grow without sunlight sooner or later. So what do you got? Perfect healing mantra. This full in Aquarius to our new in Virgo, August 2022. Embodying my soul. I have the right to be excited. Do we? I don't know about you, but I got that Virgo thing, but what if? Right? Which is human conditioning. That's not the nature of the soul. The soul does not do that. The soul, there's the human, the hero, the immortal, the god, the ego, the personality, the soul, and the higher self, right? It's all one thing. It's like a rainbow. You know, it's all white light, but it appears different. The illusion of separation and whatnot. But embodying the soul, this might very well be you from the outside looking in at yourself, knowing that you're embodying your soul is a very enlightening thing. I was not expecting that. Considering the Seeker, this can be that very light, that very truth spiritually, perhaps, that changes your perception of all other things and really throws things out into the daylight. To see it. This is great. I have a right to be excited. And you know what? Looking at Zillow links and, you know, all of that stuff, I mean, this is probably going to be the house that is going to be my hub to travel all over the world from Saratoga, because I want to do that, right? But I need to make sure my cat's in my house, and I want a big garden and no HOA. Thank you very much. I'm DOA on HOA. Wait, where are we? Embodying my soul. So sometimes, you know, I get really excited about a property, and then, you know, we find out about it. It's like womp womp. It's a hellmouth with lipstick, right? So let's look at this. Embodying my soul. I have a right to be excited and to party, because I miss the Beastie Boys. When your soul is embodied, you are grateful to be alive. You are aware of life as a precious opportunity to experience the frequency of your own light through the unique attributes, characteristics, and senses of a person. In other words, you are the unity that came into this world to have a specific POV, point of view of Virgo with Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus one apparently, or a cross-watcher. So that is a very high level of consciousness to embody. And yes, that feels exciting in all sorts of different ways, shapes, and forms, triggered in the outside world. Well, when you think you're going to get what you want. But if you get that we always get what we need, it may not be what we want, but we get what we need. I know it's very Mick Jagger. You know, gather no moss. As your soul becomes embodied, you are elated to be part of life's cosmic play, no matter how bad things seem. Now, things are not horrible here, but it's time to move on, right? Just using my moving, which is a major Virgo deal, earth signs, to another place, and all the little details that have to happen. Well, the ego is going to freak out about that, right? So seeking wisdom and truth for this new potential, I can relate to this reading, and get that you can be excited. And if you want to go, you know, vibrational law of attraction and all that stuff, the more excited you are, the more exciting opportunities you get, but that doesn't mean you're never going to be disappointed. This mantra is ideal for developing courage, finding your inner voice, and feeling safe in your body. I have a right to be excited. How I handle that excitement, though, that's on me. So let's find out from the higher selves of all involved. The Whispers of Love Oracle. Like, this is where the romance card comes in or something. Gods forbid for me personally. I don't know, while I'm moving. And then I fell in love with Jacques. He was a mover and a shaker, which was weird. Okay, the higher selves of all involved, 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above. I'm having fun with this. Please take a nice deep breath. And I hope you are too. Still point. Here we go. So I call upon the higher selves of all involved, 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above. What is the whisper of love? For the Virgo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and maybe cross watchers watching this video and receiving this reading, the piece of information, inspiration, insight, the whisper in the third ear, the third eye, for the Virgo collective, to help them do this alchemy of the seeker, Ace of Pentacles on the inner, the Sun on the outer, embodying their soul, because we have a right to be excited this full to our new. Love who you are. This one has not come up in a while. You are a divine and wonderful person, deserving all the wonderful things that life has to offer. Wow. Well, it is Virgo season coming, right? Not at the time of this recording, but it's a-coming. It's a-coming. Yeah, no, by the 11th, it'll still be in Leo at this full moon. So, yeah. The Sun will still be in Leo, I mean. So look, I'm just going to recommend the work of Matt Kahn, Whatever Arises, love that. Really good book, tons of videos he does on it. He's very prolific, very creative, very West Coast. And I love him for that. I've never met him, but his work has really helped me out. And I'm an eclectic witch. I will take truth. I will satisfy, I will quench that thirst for truth and wisdom wherever I go, and I do try and find that golden thread in all traditions, but some of them are a little hard to find. Some of them I haven't found yet, and that's okay too. So love who you are. Take steps as you go here. This nugget of wisdom can really blossom into a very, very deep internal creative knowing, creative level of power, alchemically speaking. And excitement seems to be the key, but can you? It's a tricky gnosis to be excited. And, you know, if you don't have all the information, what are we seeking for, right? Before you make the decision to buy a house with an acre plus of property, if possible. Because I want a garden. I want a full-ass garden. A sound garden. Black hole sun. Let's keep going. If you're gonna do the shadow work, it's like walking the hero's journey, shamanic descent, whatever you want to call it. There's a wonderful link in the description box, a movie called The Shadow Effect featuring Debbie Ford on YouTube. It's free. Go watch it if you can. It's a good intro. Why not know what the Divine Animals Oracle is, right? Like, you're going to have your spirit animals and totemic influence all the time, but why not get a message and know who that is and maybe do a little magic for it? Please take a nice deep breath. Nice and gentle. As I call upon the spirit animals and totems for the Virgo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign and cross watchers watching this video and receiving this reading, please, who walks with them, who swims with them, who flies with them, who crawls with them, doing the shadow work as they go, giving them the protection, the grace, the guidance, the love, the wisdom, the power, the support, and the oracle message most needed to alchemize this seeker, Ace of Pentacles on the inner, Sun on the inner, Sun on the outer, embodying the soul. We have a right to be excited and loving who we are, because we are divine and magnificent. So is everybody else, but this is our time to acknowledge it for ourselves, and we deserve, I don't like that word, but we are worthy of the most wonderful things that life has to offer. So who's helping us with that this full to our new August 2022? The bison. Now there's an earth element animal. I'll show you the picture. The Bison Ritual. Oh, now look, every morning I brush my teeth before I drink my coffee. That's a ritual, right? Well, I pray before that too. So, you know, Virgos, we're good at that. We're good at that. I have a 10-point checklist on my cell phone, Microsoft To Do, pre-production, right? Before I say a word to this camera, all of that gets done, right? So that is a ritual. So we can have all sorts of rituals, and certainly rituals are good for seekers to help us organize, right, our step-by-step process. Hercule Poirot, just saying. David Suchet is my Poirot, although Kenneth Branagh, I'd probably still make out with him. Just not in the mustache. I love that. Let me read you the Bison Ritual. Obviously a native indigenous people of the Americas card, and certainly sacred. The bison and the buffalo, so to speak. I know they get conflated together. Well, let's see. Because there isn't a buffalo card in here as well, so I guess bison is covering all that. Any animal specialists out there that know the difference, if there is a difference between the buffalo and the bison? Because I don't know. The bison, card number 35, breathe. Ritual. Live with authenticity and peace. Do not live how other people wish you to live. Check. Got that one done. Your life is yours. Bringing the peace of ritual into our lives can heal us. Nourish yourself and develop habits that are beneficial and useful, sorry, for you and your family. Universally useful is probably what the totem's trying to say there. So interesting. Oh, and it does mention the Lakota people. Okay, good, because there's a lot in here. The reading would be like so much longer if I read every word, but I am going to read you the magic. The magic of the bison is an ancient one that asks us to put aside the everyday and connect with the natural world and that of the spirits. I do that in my garden. I do that in breathwork. I just did Wim Hof before Wim Hof breathing. Check it out. You'll love it, Virg. Before doing this video. It's part of my 10 points of pre-production. Keeping to good and positive ritual and habits for ourselves is something with which the bison can help us. That's good. I like that. I like that a lot. It's very earth element. You don't think fire, water, or air. Appa! There's an air bison for you. Oh, I miss Appa. Really, the animated. If you're not familiar with what I'm talking about, Avatar Aang much? You big airbenders. Oh, I guess I am an earthbender. Really, I'm more of a waterbender, but whatever. So I like this. Like the seeker with the bison, there's something about that. Remembering that we're that thirst for truth and wisdom wherever we are. And of course, there are rituals that we can bring to that. But remember, a ritual is just a series of actions, inner and outer, that are repeated for a particular intent or purpose. So you got a lot of them. Write down what you do every morning for the first hour. And of course, weekdays are often different than weekends. But if you write it down, you're like, check it off, no, I really do that. Here is my morning ritual. And if it's unconscious, the ritual is ruling you, where you can be very conscious and deliberate about it and make your own and shift it up. I'm a Virgo. I change my ritual a lot. In other words, if you don't, it becomes dogmatic. And that's where I think a lot of people fall into that, right? The drug addicts have rituals, right? So no offense, and no tea, no shade, no pink lemonade. So the healthier, the better, right? I love this for us. Oh, here's the new deck. I love this so much. It's such an honor to work with the Whispers of Lord Ganesha, because I love Lord Ganesha. Again, a very earth element god, a god of wealth, a god of healing, a god of well-being and joy, but mostly known as the remover of obstacles, which is why we're using them in this 8-card draw, because, I mean, the 3 atoms from lead to gold aren't necessarily an obstacle, but they can certainly appear as obstacles in the inner and outer world. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Beloved Lord Ganesha, please, 1 card in clarity. It's such an honor. It's so wonderful. Sometimes you don't connect on the level until you have a system to work with, a ritual to do. Please, 1 card in clarity for the Virgo Collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Science and Cross Watchers watching this video and receiving this reading. What is your whisper? Your wisdom of wisdom, truth, love, wisdom, power, grace, and guidance for the Virgo Collective to help us, alchemize the seeker, Ace of Pentacles on the inner, Sun on the outer, embodying our souls. We have a right to be excited, loving who we are, because we're wonderful and magnificent beings who are worthy of the best this world has to offer. And this is very much your lane with the Bison in Ritual, that maybe there are new rituals here. Maybe we're deconstructing and reconstructing them in some way, shape, or form this waning moon. So please, what is your guidance, grace, love, wisdom, and power for all of us this full to our new August 2022? Delight, because groove is in the heart. Okay, delight. Oh God, I remember dancing to that in the clubs. That was a long time ago. Card number 3. Oh, my lucky number on top of it. I'm a 3 soul number. Shocked? Don't be. I love him so much. I mean, none of these are womp womp cards. Some of them are intense, but none of them are certainly a downer. So let's see what is written here. Breathe. I love this so much for us. Card number 3, delight. We are born with the gift of laughter. Laughter is a natural medicine. Much. Laughter can be helpful in ways you might not have realized or imagined. A simple laugh can help you feel better about yourself and the world around you. If you are looking at situations too seriously, try to find some humor, like a hell mouth and lipstick. This will remind you to stay centered on what is and what to be grateful for. It's centered on what is and what to be grateful for. So what is in this moment, let's be grateful, as well as what is meant to be. Laughter can be a natural diversion and can help to break up stagnant energy. When you laugh, no other thoughts come to mind. Laughing may also induce physical changes in the body. After sharing some laughs amongst friends for only a few minutes, you may feel better for hours, and it is absolutely true. BritBox, Vicar of Dibley, just saying, Dawn French forever. Laughter and humor can give you such amazing energy. A good, hearty belly rumble can dispel stale negative energy and enable you to see life from a higher perspective. If you want more pep and humor in your life, work with Ganesha, asking him to support you in finding joy in your life, because when we have a right to feel exciting and embodying our soul. I'm so into this. Finding joy in our life in new ways. There are actually some stories that tell that Ganesh was born from Shiva's laughter. Ask Ganesha to help you lighten up through laughter. By doing so, you may receive some immeasurable benefits. By having a more lighthearted approach to all things that come your way, you might even feel healthier. Laughter really is the best medicine. I love that. And really, with Apollo on the outer, that sun shining, that card of just universal happiness, just blasting across the universe. I love this for us. And I think, well, I don't like the word deserve, because deserve and in the deadly sin of entitlement, it's too much. But worthy, of course we're worthy of this. And that's why we got one more card left. Last card down, the hidden blessing, right? We're seeking for something, and if we can do it with excitement and laughter and ritual, right, to ground ourselves, right? It's like, well, let's be clear. I have no idea what the fuck's going to happen today, but I'm willing to be shown, and I have a right to be excited, and let's see if we can. That's why I bring laughter to my work in this particular format, right? Particularly for shadow reads, it's like, it's tricky enough. And sometimes we get a higher self point of view, which is pretty much laughing all the time, or higher selves. It's like, we're just a sitcom. We might well be the original sitcom, who knows? From their point of view, while you're in the game, not so much. So, the Celtic Blessing cards to enrich and empower. Blessed Be to give us a little bit more about that light attribute. So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to get the card. I'm going to do the blessing, but the blessing is also the summation. I'm going to put it all together in that, and then we'll chat a little bit at the end. If you want to hang around and you want laughter, that's when the last minute or so of these videos, I let loose and I let the goofy purify me. Let the reading go. So I have a nice fun landing. Please take a nice deep breath. Delight. Still point. Good, you're all in a good mood as I call upon the pantheons of all pantheons. All traditions, lineages, and cultures. Please, one card in clarity from the Blessed Be deck by Lucy Cavendish. We love her name and we love her work. The hidden blessing, the gold within the lead, for the Virgo collective sun, moon, rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers watching this video, receiving this reading, the light, the gold that they are shooting for in this alchemy with their thirst for wisdom and truth wherever they are on the journey. With that Ace of Pentacles, maybe just a deep knowing in the energy field, heart, third eye crown of like, no, I feel the potential of this. I feel this seed. It is worthy of being excited about. And with the sun on the outer, shining its light, helping it grow from the outside in, and embodying the soul of that light. Certainly, we have a right to be excited about this and love who we are. We are magnificent, wonderful beings who are worthy of the very best this world has to offer, but yet there is a need of ritual here, a step-by-step process, one that we can revise and revere as we go, better habits for ourselves to connect with the spiritual as well as with the natural world, very earth-grounded there with Ganesha's insight and blessing, guidance, and grace of delight. That we can laugh as we go, and that's just going to help, because once we get that Ace of Pentacles on the inner to a Ten of Pentacles on the outer, we can look back and see, well, how was it? Right? How did we do? Did we enjoy it as much as we wanted to, or as if we were willing to? So please, what is the guidance, grace, love, wisdom, and power from the pantheons of all pantheons, all traditions and lineages and cultures of the Virgo collective? That light attribute, this full to our new August 2022 blessing to find your way. Seeker. I love my work. Well, this is my career. My work I don't get paid for as a corporate president of Jarring the Circle Productions, but there you have it. SC Corporation, oh, what I would have done for an LLC. But I'm not dissolving this one just to create another one with the same name. Card number 24. Card number 24. Now here's the tea. We do these for real. Like I said, once I read this, it ends with the words, blessed be, I'll do for the well-being of all and with harm to none, etc. And then let's chat. Because this is really lovely. Look at her. She's like laying on the ground. I mean, could we get more Virgo than this card, really? Naked, laid on the ground. So which way do we go? Which way do we go? Now, if I remember, this one might be a little intense, but it's really, really beautiful. Please take a nice deep breath. Oh, hardware. Pantheons of the divine, confer this blessing through me. Still point. Card number 24, a blessing to find your way. A blessing for when we find ourselves utterly lost and unaware of which way to go, a seeker. Whichever direction we turn in seems as dense and dark as the other. There is no one to show us the way. There is no light with which to see the path. There is no map for where you find yourself. When we find ourselves in that space where we are utterly bereft of where to turn, of what to do, of whom to trust, let this blessing help you find your way once again. Throat chakra. You once knew where you were headed. You once knew who you were. You once could trust in that inner compass that would help you turn and walk to the north of your life. But now you are lost. You are without direction and seem only to entangle yourself more with every turn and twist as you seek to escape. This blessing will help you still your movement and rekindle the quiet knowing within you once again. May you surrender to this moment and let yourself be still and quiet a while. Still point. May you seek not to move, but to observe and to feel, and to come back into connection with yourself. May you feel the reweaving of yourself with yourself. And as you do this, may you be blessed with the sight to pierce the darkness and see what lies ahead, seeker archetype. When that moment comes, may you begin to feel your compass stir and turn and point to a path. May you begin to rediscover who you are, and in that rediscovery come a knowing of what the person you are must do next. It's a highly individualized curriculum for each and every one of us. This is so empowering. May a sense of relaxed and graceful certainty begin to deliver you from this period of vulnerability. Yet let the gifts of understanding and compassion of the inner knowing which can unite us all be with you always. For you have been lost. And in the acceptance of that, and in the strange, comforting rest of that, you may now give yourself the space and time to allow your core to speak to you again. For its voice was dulled by the noise of the world and the apparent certainty of knowing who we are. We are divine beings as immortal souls on hero's journeys in human bodies, and that's the T. When we lose that, we can finally have the moment in which we can see the soul clearly, without bias and cliche. We find ourselves through the losing who we thought we were and where we thought we ought to go. May this process of loss and re-enrichment bring you the blessing of your own true self. For the well-being of all, and with harm to none, as we will it, so let it be done. So motivating. So it is. It's a powerful read. Seeker, grain of nugget of truth on the inner, wisdom on the inner, sun on the outer, illuminating it. We have a right to be excited. Love who we are. Bring in some ritual with the laughter and delight that will help us find our way. Lovely reading. If you liked it, if you loved it, if it even made sense, hit the thumbs up. Help the other Virgos see it. It shifts the algorithm, and I don't think anybody knows if you like a video on YouTube or not, so please do. And if you want more of me here on YouTube, you know what to do. Just subscribe. I mean, after all, why not? Everybody seems to be doing it. There it is. Warp. And if you want more magic, more miracles, more mysticism, more laughter, certainly more enlightening entertainment, guidance, grace, and the magic, the miracles, the mysticism, the mal, come Patreon. On Patreon, humans, heroes, angels, witches, immortals, gods, goddesses, eventually mystics. The Path of True Love videos just hit as of this morning on Patreon. Everybody gets those. You got to look at the different levels of subscription, but certainly if you're interested, come Patreon. On Patreon, I'm the Archangel of Lyons, Angelo Lyons Thorpe. Damn it, but you can call me Mel. And if you want to book me for a private reading, there's a link in the description box. Booking a reading with Mal explains everything for you, how to set it up. Even I ask my clients to get in touch with me 48 hours after the reading to see how things are settling in. All of that is explained for you, in fact, just like Clarissa. So wishing all the very, very best and the very, very blessed of this perhaps tricky waning moon from full, but it's to our new moon in Virgo. So have at it. Do your best. Reach out and serve. Hail, farewell, and blessed be.